Okie doke. Well, I think we are live on Twitch and YouTube. It's taken me another day of trying to get it sorted, and it's still not back to what it should be, but I've got some extremely convoluted bug fix. This should swap over to my forehead. Okay, let me check. Yeah, we are working on YouTube. So before we start, hello if anyone from Streamlabs is watching, because you said you would maybe do a diagnostic during my stream or afterwards. So, hello. Shout out to Max from Streamlabs support, who has been pretty helpful for a customer service person. Okay, hello friends, hello. First of all, you might be thinking, hang on, this isn't Fallout like the test was earlier. And that is because I've only just been able to get it working again. And I want to save the first stream when we play Fallout 3 for when we can start a bit earlier, which should be tomorrow. And I didn't want to, put you through another night of Metro 2033. It's, I think, the first time since I started giving Streamlabs money so I could multi-stream. It's the first time that the stream is lost. As in, it's not on Twitch and it's not on YouTube. So for anyone that wasn't there last night, we did a bit of Metro. We actually did quite a lot of Metro. I don't know what we were talking about. I don't know if there was anything good. I don't know if I did a clip that moment. I got no clue. And I have no way of knowing. So, yeah, because normally I'm like a week behind. So I'll get to like see what I was up to in a stream in about a week's time. But I won't have anything for last night, so Christ knows what we were talking about. It was another one that was Twitch only anyway. I want to say the last 3 streams, the last 3 nights have all been Twitch only because it hasn't let me stream to YouTube at all. Tonight it should be working. So more than anything, this is another test to check that it works. And then if it's all good, then tomorrow I will be starting Fallout 3, which I am super excited for. In the meantime, we are here in... And by that point, I should have watched... I'm halfway through season 2 of the show. That, combined with playing Metro, has led to an overwhelming, uncontrollable urge to play Fallout. So, we're going to bite the bullet tomorrow. Hopefully not literally. I mean, I don't remember what happens in Fallout 3. Fallout New Vegas, I don't want to talk about. Right, let me do this quickly, then we'll get into Crusader Kings. Brief recap. Fallout 3, used to watch my friend's older brother playing it way before I had a console of my own. So, like, formative video game memories. Then, when I got the year that I got my Xbox, when I was, I don't know, 15, something like that. I got for Christmas Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and Oblivion. So I was playing through Fallout 3 as quick as possible in order to get to Fallout New Vegas, at the time the most recent Fallout. I finished Fallout 3 super quickly, only doing the main quest, and then moved on. Tried Fallout New Vegas, couldn't get into it, abandoned it, went to Elder Scrolls, and fell in love. I then played it during lockdown, during COVID, so 2019, 2020. Played it all the way through, like, did everything awesome. Fully got me back in love with Fallout. Fallout 4 I have played on and off since release. I got it on release and I've played it on and off since. I've never finished it. I've always got burnt out before the end. And Fallout 76, the online one, I have done all the story stuff way back, basically just after release. And I'm not going to be going through all that bullshit again. So I'd love to play Fallout 4 and actually finish it. I don't have as much like Skyrim is my one true video game love. So that I know really well, even though I haven't played it for many years now. Okay. Fallout 3, I looked it up and I played it in 2012. So I did the main quest only, 14 years ago. And since then, like, I have played every video game I've ever played. So I don't remember anything. But I'm super excited. I'm not put off by the fact it came out in 2008, because we're playing, right now we're playing, not right now, but we are actively playing Morrowind, which was 2002, and I thought that would be too old for me to get into, and it's been awesome so far. So yes, that is Fallout. Back to the subject at hand. We are here in Crusader Kings 3. I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but my brain has been like over-analysing and trying to do shit all day, and I don't think I'm going to be able to turn that bit of my brain off tonight. So we're going to try harnessing it for the power of good, right? Rather than spiraling, we're going to try and spiral in a way that will prove beneficial for our character. With the very swanky fur cloak. I wish cloaks were fashionable. That would be so cool. I remember when they opened the IKEA in my city, which was like, there was a couple in the UK, and then that one, I think it was like the 4th or 5th in the country. So we're talking, what, like 20 years ago. I remember going in there, and there's the section with all the rugs, right? And there's all the normal rugs. I don't know what you call, like, is it like Persian rugs? I don't know. For me, I'd call them fairly old-fashioned. And then there was like, I'm sure they weren't actual animal skins, but there was a rug that looked like a cow, or one that looked like, what was the other one? I don't know. And I remember putting it on like around my shoulders like a cloak, and that felt incredible. In that moment, I felt awesome. So if we could bring back cloaks, I am all for that. I mean, I love a dressing gown, right? It would be so cool to have. Super cool. I mean, not great in the summer, but, you know, neither's a leather jacket. Right, we side track done. We are this fella, in the year 892. My goal is to kind of, I want to form, so King Alfred over here, he has now formed England, but the culture is still Anglo-Saxon. I want to form the English culture. In case you can't tell by my accent, I am British, which is Northern Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales. But more specifically, I am from England, which is, in reality, I think all the way to up here, maybe, I don't know. Don't know exactly. It's all this. And I am basically where the current capital is, which is Winchester. Winchester, I would call super fancy. It's like really posh. But that it's where I was born, technically, at Winchester Hospital. So that's a little bit of lore for... Oh, Southampton, that's my city. So I guess I would be about here somewhere. This is the Isle of Wight. This is where Wet Leg are from, if anyone knows the band Wet Leg. And that's Portsmouth, who have a big rivalry with Southampton. But I want to form English, and when I did a DNA test, it was like 50% English, right? Generic English. But then there was like 20% that was Scandinavian, so like Viking. I think it was like 20% Scottish with some Irish. And then there was also quite a bit from the north of France, which is where we've decided to start, because in order to form English, I have first got to form Normandy. And we started, all of this was controlled by other people. We started this game as a custom dude, and we had this castle only. And we have, within one life, I mean, not even a whole lifetime, right? We're 28, we're the same age as I am. God, that makes me feel a bit bad. This medieval me currently has 2 children, is about to become Duke. We have an alliance with the King of England, like... Okay. As soon as I get older, that's fine. When we're like a 50-year-old character, okay, fine. I won't feel quite as bad. But we have grown down here. Our Duke is this fella, who we are kind of at permanent loggerheads with. Right now we are in a war with the only other count that serves the Duke of what is currently Neustria. And weirdly, I noticed this last stream, the King of France has been usurped by what I believe is Belgium. This fella firstly joined as a vassal, and then I don't know how, because we're not in his court, the king, we're in the Duke's court. Somehow, where's Paris? If we go here, this dude, Louis the Stammerer, he was king. He was, I think, King Louis II. I don't know. And the Belgian fella like somehow took over and then moved the capital from Paris all the way up to Bruges. So it is a time of change. We need to begin the Norman invasion. That is exactly what we're trying to do. Basically, we're going to be doing a William the Conqueror, but earlier, hopefully. Hopefully it won't take us, what would that be? Like 170 odd years. God, I'm really SE tonight. And thank you so much for following. I appreciate that so much. I hope you've had a wonderful day. I don't know if I said that at the start of tonight's stream because I was coming in pretty hot. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day today. The courtyard is filled with the familiar sounds of running and screaming as the children of court partake in their play. Despite the noise, it is oddly peaceful until the pain... Okay, so right now we have two kids. I didn't know what to call them. I wanted to go something beginning with A so I would know they were the first boy and the first girl. The boy was called Alfred after... I don't think I mentioned that tonight. The one thing we had going for us is I knew that I think he was Count Alfred. I knew, because he's like from where I'm from, that he would become King Alfred the Great. So we got in early and got him to raise us. So we buttered him up enough over the years that he would let us marry his daughter. So we have an alliance with what is now England. Eventually, we're going to have to turn against them, which we're kind of planning for. I think our kids will have a claim to England. Not sure. We'll find out when we get there. But so our kid's granddad is King Alfred the Great. Right? Yeah. So we went with the name after an ancestor option, and the only one was Alfred. And then I didn't know what to call the girl, so I just went with Alfreda. I'm sure not the best, but Hughes, that is mentioned here. Hughes is a hostage that we rescued, kidnapped, whatever word you want to use, when we made peace with the Duke. Last time we stole a bit of his land. And since then we have been raising him. I don't know if we're going to be able to, like, use that in some way. I mean, we don't want to form a rivalry with the daughter. Prowess? Oh, I was going to say, is that a prowess challenge by us against the kid? Okay, well, we'll go... Because we are trying to do some kind of fuckery. I'm trying to plot, and I don't know how to plot. So we are trying to do something. Maybe we could try and get him... I mean, the thing is, we want the dukedom. So we could declare war and get him installed as the new duke. But we need to be the duke. So I don't know if there's going to be a way to, like, adopt him, or we've just been trying to brainwash him, basically. Unethical Hat has been firmly on. There's been so many pop-ups where it's like, do you want to lie to him and tell him that, like, his family are dead? And we're like, yeah, we'll do that. So we have, I'm sure, already broken some kind of gentlemanly war codes. Here we go. So we've been teaching. Oh, so I think he might be becoming an adult, and we've been teaching him about diplomacy because we need a good diplomat. Oh yes, so we became. Yeah, we told him that we were his uncle. We had the option to say, like, no, dude, you're a hostage, or yes, we're your uncle. I went with that. It's now been so long since Hughes first came to court and I became his uncle. Now seeing him as an adult, I feel a familial bond with him, as if we were one blood. We're not, though. Hughes kneels before me in court, and here we go. So could we, like, blackmail him into assassinating his real dad? And then he would get the blame. Ooh. Okay. Definitely feeling more like a villain. I don't know what... I mean, is he going to go back to where he came from? Is he going to demand to leave because he's an adult now? Because he... Oh, on the plus side, I think it means that we'll be able to... Now... Oh no, we're already teaching him. We'll teach our daughter as well. Remove Guardian. I mean, we're training her to be a spy, because that's the only role that a female character can do, unless you change the law, which we don't have enough to do yet. And we have absolutely nothing in intrigue. We are like the least sneaky person in all of medieval Europe right now. So that's maybe not going to be the best, actually. But it means that we get control of the traits and stuff. And we've got this one. So I don't know. We might regret doing it, but I think, okay, so Hughes Gorsbertson, he technically, yeah, he's still a hostage. This shit got dark really quick. It very much does. We can go very quickly from, like, I think last stream we went on a pilgrimage to Rome, so we're like meeting the Pope and stuff, helping people along the way, and now we're like I mean, are we like a cult leader? We're definitely ethically shady tonight. I mean, we should probably return him, because he would still be our friend. We can attack each other. Maybe not. I mean, his opinion of us is the absolute maximum that it goes. So, hang on, a plan is forming. What are we teaching him to be? A steward. Okay. I didn't know he got that. So we could get Hughes to teach him. I guess maybe we need some more children. We need to start pumping out the babies. Yeah. Hughes, I don't know what to do with you. Oh, here we go. My hostage, Hughes, is now a man and looking forward to soon being sent home, as is the custom. His father, Duke Gorsbert, will certainly be hoping as much. I, however, must look to the interests of my own house. I mean, I think keeping him here as a hostage, I'm not concerned about insulting the Duke, because, like, we're trying to get him murdered or something. Or deposed. We'll go with a peaceful deposing. And he will still be our friend. He will still be liking us the same amount. And most importantly, probably most importantly, we still got that perpetual hook. So I reckon he's going to be more useful out in the world where we can scheme around him. And it means that we can go to war. I don't know that we have a claim. I mean, we're currently in a war with the camp. I don't know that we had... I know we had an option last time we bought a claim. I said, oh, for like 70 gold you can have, I think the one we're doing now, Alanson. But for like 300, we'll give you a claim for the whole dukedom. And at that point, we didn't have the money. We don't really have the money for that now. But we went into debt buying the 70 gold one. So I unfortunately went for no, we'll just stick with the one. But I think there might be... I mean, the Pope is a bit more of a fan of us since we did the pilgrimage. So he has been offering... He offered us the Kingdom of Aquitaine. He offered... At one point, he offered the Kingdom of Italy, which, I mean, just looking at the map, seems like that would make us one of the most powerful individuals in the whole of Europe. Maybe not if we include all these places, but definitely in Europe. I mean, we would still have to... That's just a claim. We'd still have to go to war and win. But we have King Alfred that we can just summon when we need him. Right now, I think this is the first war that we've been in that's just us. We haven't spent the money. Not the money. Is it renown? I think. I think there might be Celestial Master. Ooh. Sounds like a Jedi or something. This is good. He is now, I believe, whoever that is raiding the Duke. So that is pretty perfect for us. Oh, crumbs. We've been overwhelmed by stress. Ooh, I think we might be about to have our first mental breakdown. I mean, yeah, probably stop trying to sway him. Yeah, we'll just go with this fella for now, shall we? We'll just sway you. Okay, so there should be a pop-up when we resume. Now we're not trying to sway the Pope if we give up with that. Oh no, I don't want lose gold and get a bad trip. Yeah, I don't want these. Mental break, coming home to roost. As I walk the corridors of my palace, frustrated. Oh, let's try that again. As I walk the corridors of my palace, frustrated, many of my courtiers seem to be I don't know where to put the stress in the sentence. As I walk the corridors of my palace, frustrated, many of my courtiers seem to be droning on and on about some problem they are having. I don't know how we pronounce. Our turf is still called O, because that's where we started with the one castle. I don't know if it's U or O or EU. I don't know. I seem to be going... Oh yeah, blah blah blah. I seem to be going with O. That's what seems to be coming out my windpipe. Honestly, this does not even sound particularly problematic. If they tried harder, they wouldn't even notice the failing. Something about the discussion sounds familiar, though. Was that law not my idea? Is this my fault? So we can either, I swear to God, I'll punch someone and get the trait irritable. That's not good. I mean, prowess boost is nice, but no. Maybe a new cloak would make me feel better. Gain the trait profligate. Monthly income minus 10%. Absolutely not. Heck no. We are barely making any money as it is. So I vote that we go with this one and we just be mindful from this point. Any option for us to lose some stress, we'll go for that. What would be really good is if there was like a feast or something, like a tournament maybe. Because all those things, we have the option of going into it either like trying to win or trying to have a good time. Or trying to assassinate someone, which we're not going to do. I mean, winning this war will maybe give us a bit of a boost. It's a shame we don't have the dog anymore, because we could have walked the dog. You can do that every couple of years. I mean, that's bad dog parenting, only walking it once every couple of years. Okay. Well, we're about to win that siege, right? There's a week left. So, okay. Is that enough? No. Okay. wants to get whooped one final time. Ooh, and that fella's done doing that. In which case, yeah, that is the next one. Okay. This should be, yeah. How is that even less now? Oh, we're going to have to siege it again. I know there's perks and bits and bobs that we can use to make so many things easier. It would be really easy, for example, if we just called Alfred. Here we go. My courtier Aimer. That is... I mean, who's Denise, and why do people want to kill her? Do we have to intervene here? Or can we just let it play out? I don't know that that is going to affect us. Don't know who that dude is. I don't really know what to do with these, so to clear it up, we're just gonna oh, we won't do it to our wife though. That might damage the relationship somewhat. I didn't see what that... Oh, hang on. Inbjorg. I think she might have used to be our... She was something in our court, I think. That maybe was a silly decision. Court tutor. Was it that one, maybe? Don't know. I think it was maybe that one. Oh no, she was our... I'm pretty sure she was our caravan... what did they call it? Caravan master? For all the journeys. Yeah, sugar. Okay. I mean, we'll go with the excellent dude. Okay. Also, one last thing. We gotta check if we have any unmarried people. Like Giselle here. Oh, that dude died. They never had kids then. Okay, so she can get a husband. These are all new kids, I think, which means I don't know that they're being taught by people. We could really do with a bunch of, yeah, martial people. Martial. Alfred. Okay. So I think the only unmarried adult is Giselle, who is our friend because we grew up together. She is not the best spy master, but she's quite young, so there's time for her to get better. She doesn't have any genetic traits. I thought she did. I mean, we could go... What's our council? I mean, the intrigue I'm not as concerned about, because we're not doing any schemes or anything. The marshal is a big concern. So maybe if there's some awesome soldier dude that isn't a complete douche. That guy's pretty good. Wrathful isn't great, but... I mean, that's not much of an upgrade. Should we go inheritable traits? 74 to go through. Crumbs. I mean, we could get someone as just like a sperm donor. And then ship them off. Unethical hat on. Okay, there's no one standing out. What if we look for... Yeah, he's no better. I mean, that dude's got a really good trait. And he's getting on a bit, so he's not going to live too much longer. But he might live long enough to... This sounds super gross. Put a baby in her. For them to be with child. And then if they get that trait, that's awesome. Super icky. I mean, it's not as bad. It's only a 30-year gap, which is still quite a lot. When we started, we married a 16-year-old and a 73-year-old, which super icky. In Bjorg, I wouldn't worry too much because I'm pretty sure we're going to be going... As soon as we deal with this, we're going to war with the Duke. So we can bust you out of prison then. Don't worry too much. Yeah, see that? It would be so much quicker if we could just... Yeah, hang on, I don't think we've got enough troops to... 19 months left. Are you shitting me? Jesus. Ooh, that's good. We're trying to train him to become a knight. Because, again, he grew up with us. So he's, I think, about 19. So if we can start teaching him to be a good commander now, then we've got like 50 plus years to, I mean, if he's a good commander, that is. If not, he might fall off his horse or something, which would not be great. But we've got time to teach him not to do that. All these armies, I assume, is the shit kicking off with France. Yeah, he's at war. I'm sure is the old king. Yep, he's at war. They're all at war. He might be about to die. Everything is changing here in France. And it's not going to help them when we secede. They're getting a bit too close for comfort. Who are they? Who are you? Raiders. Yo, half down. Oh, is that half down the black? No, I don't think so. Yo, Halfdan. Oh yeah, is his dad. Oh no, that's Harold Finehair. Okay. Maybe that is Halfdan the Black, I don't know. Okay, we are ever so slowly doing that. Okay, that's that right. Okay. Oh god, some shit's kicking off in America. Oh, hang on, what did that say? I gotta sort the party over. And I missed, I saw Princess Osber, which is the name of our character's wife. I didn't see what it said. There we go. Okay, here we go. Also, how are we feeling about Game Pass? I have been very happy reading the news about Game Pass in the last couple of days. And I kind of thought it wouldn't happen. And then I got an email, I think it was this morning, that said, like, hi, you might have heard that we're dropping the price of Game Pass. Yeah, we're doing that. It will be in effect from now. Yeah, keep going this way, matey. Yeah, good. I don't know where they're going, but out of perfect. Your counsellor Ethelstan died of gout. Who was he? Oh, he was our steward. Okay. So that is the money man. And we don't have a good replacement. That, I think, is why we're training our son to be a money man. On the plus side, we should have a newly single person. Unmarried. Oh yeah, here we go, we got two. We've got Arnoul, who, oh, he was married to Inbjorg. What happened to Inbjorg? Did she die? Oh, she died. Oh, we didn't rescue her in time. She died in the dungeons of our Duke. Well, we can now go to war, and in my headcanon, we can tell everyone that it's in revenge for the unjust death of our caravan master Inbjorn, wife of Arnold, or whatever his name was. In reality, we were planning to go to war all along. Arnold, not Arnold. Okay, well, unfortunately, getting you a good wife isn't going to solve our stewardship problem. Not in the slightest. What it might do... Okay, none of those are better. I reckon he's pretty old and he's got terrible stats, but he has a working Johnson. So we can use him as a sperm donor. Inheritable traits and yep. See, we're looking, basically every time I'm looking for the genius trait, because that, I think, is the best out of all the top tier genetic things. Like this one, I think it's that one, oh no, I think the maximum of that one is beautiful, which makes it, I think it gives you more fertility and attraction bonus. Oh yeah, this one. Our wet nurse, beautiful, plus 3 diplomacy, plus 30% fertility and plus 30 attraction opinion. That's really good, but it's only affecting that one area. The same with, is there Herculean? Someone with Herculean? That one maybe? Oh yeah. Plus 8 prowess and a huge bonus to health. But that's only good for fighting types. Genius, on the other hand, like our daughter has, increases every single stat by 5 and gives you 30% more XP for perks. That is awesome. If we could, we would play as her instead of our son when we die, because that perk alone is huge. What are we teaching her to be? A sneaky sneak. Okay, back to Arnold and his Johnson. I don't know why I started calling it a Johnson. I didn't know. I didn't know what word to use. That's not the word that I would use. I mean, any of them are good to start circulating in our court. Any of them is better than none of them. I reckon maybe her. We can start making some super soldiers. Again, unethical hat on. We are genetically engineering a race of super soldiers to serve as our personal bodyguard. I mean, I guess we're not playing Fallout tonight, but that feels like a very Fallout kind of shady thing to be engaging in. Chance of children low is not great, but it's better than none. Maybe they'll pop out they'll squeeze out a I'm not gonna finish that thought. Okay. So we are still in this bloomin' siege right now. I mean, surely... Oh, shit. Yeah, no, they're sieging it for themselves. Right now it's technically under our control. So if we can finish this siege before that... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, oh, perfect. Perfect. I don't know what made them leave, but heck yes. Okay, we are 45 days away. A scheme at court. Someone's trying to kill... Who's Adam? Our court chronicler. Again, not the biggest deal, honestly. We can pretty much just leave that. 12 days, 11 days, 10 days, 9 days, 8 days, 7 days. Ooh, hang on. Your liege, Duke Gorsbert, was taken prisoner. Ooh. Now, that's good. Who's that fella? Why is he at war with our Duke? What's going on here? Who's he at war with? Aquitaine. Well, none of our business. If you happen to kill our Duke in some foreign war, that is only good news for us. Yep, and now we can... Perfect. Can we take any... No. Yep, we will enforce our demands. Greetings, Count Jeshua of O. May your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Signed, Count Jocelyn. Okay, so now, finally, at long last, we are in control of a single connected region. Still looks a bit fun, like it's a weird bottleneck in the middle. Oh, given birth to another daughter. Okay, that's not great because the daughters can only be spy masters, and we've already got one training to be a spy master. But so let's go with... I mean, it's going to be a B name, right? Because the first son and the first daughter were called something beginning with A, so that I'd know they were the first ones. I mean, it also helps that it's B for backup. Ailswith, that's King Alfred's wife. Nope. Any good Norse name suggestions? Bjorg? No. Bodil? No. Trying to think, is there any... Because we're Norse, which is like Skyrim. Are there any female names from Skyrim that start with a B? I haven't played it for so long. There's got to be some. And yet I can't think of a single one. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I might go with Boudica, like the OG Riot Girl. Okay, there's a list. Bandit Plunderer, no. We're not going to call our child Bandit Plunderer. Or Blackbriar Mercenary. Bodil, that's one of the names that came up on there. Maybe it's fated that we should call the daughter Bodil. Bolfrida Brandy Mug. That sounds a bit Tolkien-esque. Brelina. Brina Merilis. I remember her. Why do I recognise her name? Oh, yeah. She becomes Jarl of Dawnstar if you do the Legion. I mean, I think the universe has made the decision for me. I think it's going to be Bodil, which I never heard as a name. I don't know if we can do this enough times and we'll get Bodil back. Thing is, if I go too fast, I'll miss it. Ingbjorg, that's the person that just died. That's a bit spooky. That's the name of Gaia, what's her name's character in Vikings? Dorun. Because it's the weird one that you either write it as a P or a T, but it's more like a TH sound. Botilda, that's close, but no, we are looking for Bodil. Bodil. I can imagine that being chanted. Botil. No, we're not going. Okay, why is it now not coming up? Sif, go for a Thor vibe. Aslog, yeah, she's defo from Vikings. If I go too fast, we'll miss it. And if I look down at chat, we'll miss it. I mean, we could just type it in. It's what, 5 letters? Yeah, we've seen Freydis about 4 times now. Let's speed up a bit. I'll definitely miss it. I can see this shit coming a mile off. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's just type it. Bodil. Okay. Is that how it was spelled? Bodil, yes. Bodil, the universe is deciding your fate. I don't know what we can even do with lots of I mean, I guess we could marry them off to, like, princes and stuff and get alliances. In which case, it really doesn't matter. We don't need to train them in any way, shape or form. You could declare wars on... No, we don't want to do that. What we will do, we will disband our army because we're not at war. We need a steward. So, oh crumbs, we've got 3 unmarried ladies. I think all 3 of them are widows of people that died. Oh, Prisnek died. He was our very first marshal, I think. I mean, 56. I don't think we necessarily need to worry about inheritable traits at that point. So, 27 marshal. That's pretty darn good. Ongarand. 51. She was married to Kuna. Oh, that was one of our... I think he was a knight. And is she the mother of Giselle? Yeah. Who is now our spy master. Admittedly not doing a very good job. Yeah, so we can get... Right, let's go... You can marry... Nope. Congratulations, you are marrying a 22-year-old. Send proposal. Mafalda, you can marry... Who do you want to marry? What about by prowess? 25 prowess. Jeffrey. No. Still not really seeing a decent steward. What about adult mode? You're 25 and you are... The game is literally telling us that you are beautiful. She is prime wife material. So we should have some better prospects. That's the same diplomacy dude. Ooh, he's good. Ooh. He's good. But the main thing that we need is a steward. 35. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll go with, I didn't check the traits. Just generous and impatient. Probably not the best. Gardener, he's loyal, he's temperate, and he's diligent. Yeah. He doesn't have a claim or anything, does he? See, I don't know why he is called Bjortfrith of Cumberland. How did he gain that nickname? I assume because he is from Cumberland? Because he's in Boulogne? House Cumberland. Is that anything to do with Cumberland the place, or is he the only dude? Bjortfrith. Well, Bjortfrith, I think we're having an advert right now on Twitch. So I will wait until that's over, and then you can meet our new steward. Are we still live on YouTube? Yes, we are. I should say as well, because I've been trying to get this sorted all day, I haven't posted a clip at all. I have one literally done, but because I've been going in and out of YouTube settings and stuff all day, I haven't been logged in long enough to like sit and do it. Bjornfrith of Cumberland. So this is the ad's done. This is going to be our new steward. He is loyal, he is temperate and diligent. He is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think that's an improvement from our old steward. So we're trading up, if anything. But yeah, I will post that clip as soon as I'm done with the stream tonight, because I won't have to download it and then upload it to YouTube like I've had to do the last few nights. It will magically go straight into the live section. Perfect. So I will do the same thing that I haven't been doing as much lately. I will post it, and if it gets no pressure, I'm not asking you to. If the algorithm blesses it and it gets a like before I go to sleep, then I will start 1 hour early. I will start tomorrow's stream an hour early. If it gets 2 likes, I will start 2 hours early, and so on and so on and so on. Again, like, zero pressure. If anything, I'm hoping it doesn't, because then the pressure's off. And we'll be starting earlier anyway. Now that I know, touch wood, we will now be able to go back to normal streams. Okay, we should also, perfect, Bjornfrith of Cumberland. I don't know why he is called Bjornfrith of Cumberland. Ricardo is just Ricardo. Adrian is just Adrian. Bjornfrith of Cumberland. We are that dude. Okay. So we've just got one of these, and we can get a level, which I think is going to be that one. Makes the kids better. I'll keep doing that until we can move into the steward tree. You could start a legend. I know we could, but we don't have... Well, we do actually have 200 gold right now. Honestly, though, we need to get a military of our own. And we've never built anything or upgraded anything. So that is probably quite high on the list also. Gothic Kings. I want to go for that one. Modifiers. This is one of the things... I played Crusader Kings a little bit when I first got Game Pass, and without any DLC. I don't think there were any DLC at the time. Now I have like 9, something like that. I have all of them, so much is different, so much has been added. This is one of the many things they've added, along with the plague and diseases and the whole court mechanic and all that stuff. I don't really know how this works. Well, nobody else is bearing the name Bruton, because we are the first. Distant legends. Development growth. I mean, that would be cool. That would be very good. promoting 1.63 per month. Is that how much we have to... Hang on. I'm going to swap this over for a second, and I'm going to read how this mechanic works. And hopefully kind of understand what I'm looking at here. How are we doing, future Joshua? Hopefully good. Yeah, we're back. Okay. That was too loud. Okay. Hello, friends. Hello again. Is that... There we go. I hope you've had a wonderful day if you're just joining. Before we go any further, consider this. I've started doing it. I didn't mean to start doing this. I am gonna take my tablet, so consider this your evening medication reminder. If you need to, if you don't need any meds, then don't take any. But if you are supposed to have some and it's the evening and you've forgotten, like me, then get on that now. Cheers, friends. Not the kind of shot that I'd like. Antidepressants and Dr. Pepper, but we'll take it. I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to tell if I look a bit glistening. It's really hot right now. We're not at the point where we're at heat wave, like when it hits stupid temperature. I think it hit 30 last summer. And the UK is built to survive cold weather and rain. It kind of falls apart if it's too hot. Literally, like the pavements fall apart and shit. But houses and everything are built to conserve heat rather than, and no one has AC. So I like to splash water on my face and then let it dry. It's very grounding and it helps cool me down. And I did that. It's basically dry now, but if I look a bit, I'm not sweaty. Yeah. Where were we? I looked up the legend stuff. And I don't think I'm going to do that now. Because we have so little income. Right now we've never had more than 200 gold. And our army is basically non-existent. So we're going to have to invest in some troops, maybe some archers or some horsey boys, I don't know. I'm very curious to know. See, we can do an independence war, but we don't want to do that because we want to have the dukedom. We don't want to be separate. So, what we should probably do is build something, use that money and invest it. That's what we should do. Because if we go straight for some cool soldiers, they require, even if the army's not raised, they require payment, right? So military alone is not going to increase our income. We're going to have to invest in the economy in order to make that happen. Don't know which one to go for. Probably that one. Farms and fields versus blacksmiths. Oh, I see. So farms and fields is a flat bump of plus 0.5 gold a month with no other... Oh, cheaper feasts by 10%. That's hardly anything. Blacksmith is dual contest. What does that mean? How does that look when it's upgraded? I hope everyone's had a wonderful day today, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. You are watching right now. And I hope you've had an awesome day. If you haven't, that's okay too. That's okay. I wish you did have an awesome day, but we can't all have awesome days. Not every day. Honestly, I don't really remember the last time I had an awesome day. It's just a shitty day or a slightly less shitty day. I hope you've had a slightly less shitty day. Okay, and we're back. I should say as well, I have now posted that clip. So, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. It's up to you and up to the algorithm, because I have no way of knowing whether it's someone that's heard me say that or if it's just the algorithm. I have a clip on YouTube that's just gone up. I don't know what to go for. I mean, that seems good because of the night effectiveness, but right now, 4% taxes is nothing. 1% night effectiveness is also basically nothing. We wouldn't turn it down, but like... whereas if we come down this one, plus 5 tax, that's so good. I don't think we can afford to not build that. Pastures. Cattle ranch. Oh, we can be a cowboy. Ooh. Hunting grounds. I don't know. What is it making right now? 2.2. Yeah, see, what we should probably do is build it not in the capital, because all of these they have absolutely nothing. Granted, we don't in our capital either, but our capital is making 2.2. Alençon is making 0. Le Mans is making 0.1. I think that's partly because, yeah, they're both pretty, what word do I use? Not secure. There could be an uprising or anything like that any second. You can ask how much gold. That's not worth it. Hello, hello, hello. Always lovely, even the scary ones. I am glad. Tonight is not scary. I mean, it's been pretty dark. We've been psychologically manipulating and all sorts of questionable decisions, but we're not getting jumped. I mean, honestly, it would be one hell of a jump scare because I am not expecting it. What were we doing? We've got to declare war on... Oh, here we go. This is what we're looking for. An unpressed claim on the Duchy of Neustria. And, like, fuck this guy. A, he's in prison right now. B, we've already taken over most of his land. Yeah, I vote that we just... Boom. It matters precisely zilch that he is now angry with us. If anything, it's a good thing because it means he might declare war on us. These people in prison, I don't even know I mean, this dude's been in prison for 11 years. These two have both been locked up for 11 years, and I don't remember why. Did we find you? No, we got to find you a husband. Who have we got? Go for a diplomat, maybe. Actually, that might be a good shout. Loyal. Oh, and poet. Yes. Yes. We have a child who's not being taught. Who's also a genius. Perfect. The reason we came up with this name, Bodil, I'd never heard of this name. But when we had, I mean, we didn't, when our wife had our third child, which was earlier tonight, she gave birth to a daughter, and I was like, right, so we're going to have to go with a B name, because they are the second daughter, and I'm forgetful, so it will help me keep track. And it said, it has a thing that's like, choose a name based on the ancestors, which right now is basically non-existent, because we're right at the start. But you could, for example, you could call one of your children, I don't know, Dick Nose John, and then 200 years in the future, you have a kid, one of your descendants has a kid, and clicks choose name based on ancestor, and it will say, Dick Nose John. There's also you can do it based on the religion and the culture. So for us, it was a good Catholic name or a good Norse name. We went for Norse, and there were a lot of cool ones, but none beginning with B. And then it said Bodil. And I thought, that's odd. I've never heard that. And then I thought, well, we're Norse, so Skyrim, right? Let me look up a list of the female characters in Skyrim whose names begin with B. And lo and behold, what do I see right there? Bodil. So I took that as a sign from the universe, that Bodil will be achieving great things in her lifetime. I honestly doubt that will be the case. I think she will probably be married off to somebody incredibly important with a very big army. Because it feels bad, right? That the only council role that a female character can have is Spy Master. I mean, I understand for something like Bishop or Marshal. Okay, that is, I mean, I would probably still disagree, but okay, sure. But Chancellor, that's the diplomat, right? Why can we not have a female diplomat? If we're going like medieval mindset, so we are, God, this is gonna, I cannot believe I'm about to say these words. If we're taking the mindset that women are like property, they are assets to be traded. Jesus. I hope it's obvious that I don't feel that way. But why, if we can have a female spy master, because we're saying like, okay, so maybe medieval women, even though there's shield maidens, right, and Valkyries and stuff, but okay, maybe that's just the exception to the rule. We have to have a male marshal, okay. Spy master, we can have a female because I guess spy masters are, I don't know. But for whatever logic we can have a spy master, we should also be able to have a diplomat. Like, and also steward. I mean, steward is money. They're the money man. So why, if we're saying, okay, so medieval times, we can't have a female marshal because they didn't get trained to fight. Fine. But so you're telling me that the women are allowed to be sneaky and manipulate and gather secrets and scheme and plot and stuff, but they can't do the accounts or like get close to the vassals and be diplomatic and like, I don't know. I don't. I know that we can change it at some point later, but it's, I don't know. It's just odd that they can't be any of those, but they can be a spy master. I mean, maybe it's because intrigue in this, it's like lustful. That's an element to it. Like seducing, and women are seducer. I don't know the logic behind it. I don't know. I'm glad I don't know. But yeah, so we sidetrack. We have our first daughter here, who, like, stat-wise, rowdy, and she's really good at martial. She's already got 8 prowess, she's a 6-year-old daughter, and she has more prowess than most of our knights. And yet she can't be a soldier or command the army. All she can do is be a spy master. Like, I don't know. But so we are teaching her the ways of intrigue so that she can be our sneaky sneak. And that leaves the new daughter. We can't have 2 spy masters. So I don't know what to do with her, quite honestly. Right now she has no guardian, which we should probably change. I mean, I guess learning. She could maybe be like the doctor, the physician, something like that. In which case, who's super smart? Let's have a look, shall we? All, and we'll go sort by learning. The court tutor, okay. Scholar, content, arrogant, cynical, compassionate. That's not great, but ideally it would be someone... Diligent, stubborn, and patient. That's good. Stubborn, not so much if she's going to be a physician. Physician, wise woman, greedy, just, and content. Adrian. Adrian, I think, is our doctor right now. I think probably just based on the learning stat, we'll go with her. Oh, crumbs, we got 1, 2, 3. We have 3 other children that are not part of our dynasty. That are, as of right now, I guess not doing anything. They're not being taught or learning. They don't have a teacher or anything. They're just chilling. Right, we need to set. Oh yeah, we've done that. It's so silly. There's one good thing about if we're talking like that we're in the Viking age, the one good thing about the Vikings, that sure they're raping and pillaging their way through the world, but they had a bit more gender equality. I know I mentioned shield maidens. That's about the extent I know. I don't know what it was like politically. I don't know. I mean, growing up, we had the Queen, who was like the most powerful person in the country. I'm sure probably not. I'm sure the most powerful person is like some super rich billionaire. But in theory, the most powerful person in the whole country, and who has had that for like 50 years, was a woman. And she was like, she took part in World War II. Like, she was a badass. I'm no royalist. If anything, I'm more of an abolitionist. But the Queen was undeniably an incredible woman. So, I don't know. I never, like... I don't know. I've never had those, like, I mean, granted, I'm a guy, right? So I have never noticed it happen to me because obviously I'm a dude. I'm a male dude. But I think it's... that's one thing we had going for us, was that the most powerful person was a woman. It's like, okay, well, there's all the class warfare, like the imbalance, the racism, the homophobia. But the person in charge was a woman. I know women can be just as bad as men. I'm not saying that it's like better by default because we had a queen rather than a king, but it's very uncomfortable when I learn about, like, I'm a medieval nerd, and yet during that time for women it was hell, for queer people it was hell, for basically anyone other than who was in that town it was hell. And I don't know. I think maybe you stop thinking about it. It's like when I watch Vikings and you kind of forget along the way that all these people, like I said, they are raping and pillaging their way through the land, like slaughtering innocents. But you kind of stop thinking about that because it's just what they did back then. I don't know. I'm rambling. Why is it that I seem to always get into these like super I mean, I don't know if controversial is the word, like super deep topics when I'm basically finishing the stream and getting sleepy. It's always the case. Oh. Ooh. I gotta look this person up. I don't think I've ever heard of this person. Third cousin. God, they're all bloody related. I mean, it's all a bit incesty. Oh God, I didn't realise the time was still going. I remember when I found out, I think, was it World War One, and like the kings of like 4 of the main people were all like cousins or something. So it was basically just a big family squabble. That I absolutely am against. Bloody hell. 72 till 2024. She became heir in 1953 when an amendment allowed women to inherit the throne. Hell yes. She worked as an illustrator of works by J.R.R. Tolkien. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my god, she did a woodcut style illustration of Eowyn fighting the Nazgul. Oh, that is awesome. like, I was never into history at school. I didn't do it. Here we get to, I think it's when you get to like 12 or 13, 12, I think. And you get to pick two or three out of like history, geography, foreign languages, computer shit, art, music. Oh Christ, what else is there? I think now they have like business. I don't know. I don't know what else. But you're expected to like know at the age of 12 what you want to do for the rest of your entire life. So at that point, I had no interest in history. I knew nothing about history. I was vaguely interested in castles, but not really. I didn't know anything about, like, literally no knowledge about the world. I was full science nerd. So stuff like history was, I was told, like, right, well, you're going the science path, you're going medicine or something like that. So history is not related, so you can't do that. Now, I'd love to do history. I'd love to actually know more from like an academic sense, rather than just from the sense of being a bit of a nerd that likes finding stuff out. Because it is so interesting, and it's a bit of a inside joke. Like, whenever I watch a quiz show or something, I can guarantee that every time there will be a question that I know the answer to because of Assassin's Creed. And that maybe sounds a bit silly, but that series got me so interested in history. Stuff like the French Revolution, that I mean, it's where I started learning about American history. We were taught in the couple of years of history that you do before you choose it. They're like, okay, so you are English. England was once ruled by the Romans, so you do a bit about the Romans. You go to school one day dressed in togas, and you learn about gladiators. And then you do Egyptians for some reason, because that's nothing to do with us. Then you do Victorians. So, like, you then go to school one day all dressed as, like, chimney sweeps and Oliver Twist and that shit. And you learn about the Industrial Revolution. And then maybe you do the Tudors. So you go like, okay, way back there was this dude called Henry VIII. He was really fat and he had a lot of wives. That's it. That's history. So I had no idea about stuff like, I had no idea that America was formerly ours. I had no idea that they, like, had a whole independence thing. No idea they had a civil war. No, I mean, I knew what slavery was, but I didn't know about any of it. And playing Assassin's Creed 3, I know it's fictional, but the setting is real, and a lot of the characters are real people. So I do like I do now, and when I'm playing, I'll be like, oh shit, who's that? And then I'll look it up, and then I'll end up brushing my teeth, watching a video about, like, who George Washington was or something. And I find it interesting now. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot more real, like, because it's one thing learning about the Egyptians, right? Which is, where's that? Down here. That's not nearby. I've never been here. But when you're doing, like, the Celts and the Romans, and then they talk about Stonehenge, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, we're about here. Stonehenge is, I think, about here? I don't know. Where's Stonehenge? Is it Wiltshire? I'm so bad at... Ironically, one of those options that I mentioned that you get to take at school, I took geography. And my geography is terrible for England. I don't know. Salisbury. I've been there. It's a really nice fudge shop that I went to in there. Hella expensive. Salisbury is like Winchester. It's like a... Now it's fancy and posh, because it used to be important in medieval times. So there's always been a lot of money there. Whereas us common folk here in Southampton, not quite so much. Where do we go? I've completely lost track of what we're doing. I'm just looking around. I don't even know what we're doing right now. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. That's it. We had a song, right? I think it was because at the time they didn't have, like, now my sister's a teacher. Now they have access to, like, videos and shit that they can just put up. When I was at school, they didn't have... You couldn't, like, play a video in front of the class. There'd be, like, a super old-fashioned projector. Like some shit out of Stranger Things. But we did have, like, CDs. And there was one that was about Henry VIII. And it had a song that was... Oh, how did it go? Okay. Please forgive my terrible singing. It was something like... Henry VIII was a big fat man. He loved to stuff his face from the frying pan. I don't remember the rest. What was it? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so we are... What have we done? We have not yet become Kingdom of Frisia. Where's that? Oh, that's... Is that the Netherlands? Frisia. Yeah, I've been there. Haven't been to Egypt, but I've been there. Okay, so I think we... Did we claim the title? Yeah, we claimed the title, so I think we can now declare war. Oh no, why can't we not declare war on him? Because he's in prison. Allows him to imprison us. I mean, he's welcome to try to imprison us from a prison cell. I'd like to see him try, quite honestly. So if we do that, we then have them as a vassal. See, ideally, we want to get all of them ourselves. And then we can have external vassals. There's so much, like, we used to do in assembly, you'd like sing songs and shit. And a lot of schools at the time, they still had a bit of like religion in them. So it would be it wouldn't be like Bible songs, I don't know what, like hymns. But they'd throw in Jesus every now and then. Our school was, now you'd say it would, like, we still had Father Cliff that came in once a week to do an assembly. But it was probably as least religious as a school was in the early 2000s. So we had songs about like eagles and shit, like chocolate. We had loads of songs about Easter eggs and which, I mean, I guess that's kind of religious-y. But we didn't have a lot of the Jesus themed songs. But they'd have this big like white thing that they pulled down from the ceiling, and then they got this really old, it was old even then, projector that had like transparent plastic sheets, and the music teacher had a couple of them beforehand where she'd written the lyrics on there in her handwriting, and then put that over the light, and then it shined it up, and you'd have to like line it up, and oh my god, very low tech. I can't think what her name was. Now I'm sure stuff like that is like way gone. The Lord's Prayer and the National Anthem. Oh yeah, I was public school. I don't know anyone that went to private school. Private school is super fancy. Private school. Everything I know about private school comes from films. Yeah, I absolutely did not go to. In fact, I went to the school that was nearest, and then the secondary school that was also the nearest. Both of which were not private. Because, yeah, not a Nepo baby over here. I know there's a lot now that Oh, I can't think of what the name for them are. They're not as fancy as a private school, like I imagine when I hear the word private school. But they're still like, you still have to pay. I think that's kind of linked to like the NHS here. Some people are like, oh yeah, we'll pay for it. We're all for privatization. We'll pay for the best. But those people are incredibly privileged. So everyone else has the mentality of like, well, it's not great, but it's ours and we got to support it. So I think a lot of people, even if they had the money, on principle, they maybe wouldn't do it. With the BBC and the NHS and all that jazz, he says, both of them in danger of collapse. Where are we headed? I am so not in this. we do have there is the occasional religious school that somehow, I guess because it's private, so they don't have as much like obligation to be neutral. I mean, it sounds very... Whenever I hear my sister talk about what it's like in schools now, it's so much more... What word would I use? Like, there's still bullying and problems like that, but it's not all about just not being different now, which can only be a good thing. When I was at school, it was like, right, you don't stand out in any way, shape or form. Now they kind of, I don't know. Again, well, why do I always go on to the topics where I need to engage my brain and come up with a coherent point? Why does that always happen at 5:54? Okay, hang on, I gotta swap this over. We should be back. Like, I know a lot of kids still have it rough. But I don't know. Let's go. I mean, I'm sure, like I said, there's still bullying and all that stuff. But I guess it's not about... it's about different stuff. It's about, oh, you're a bit cringy on social media or some shit like that. Oh, you don't have as many TikTok followers as me. Oh my god, I mean, it's a good thing there's the pause function in this, because I know we haven't become